not long after I first started the channel, when I had weeks where I know I couldn't really get something done, I grabbed a beer and we did what's called a beer and update. Well, let's do that today, huh? We're gonna go with the Shiner Salt and Lime today, and let's see if I can open it while I'm talking to you guys. Well, we haven't done one of these in a while, so it's time to do one. And sometimes we do like Stag Beer Sunday, where we drink really, really cheap, terrible beer and see if we can get through it and give you guys an update. But we're not doing that today. I got a pretty tasty one. But I think I need to go ahead and cover something because it's getting to be about that time of year. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the boat today. So this is the boat. Some of you guys may be on the channel because you started following when we started working with the boat. This is I don't know what year, but it's a Wellcraft 1950S. And a few years ago, I think it was 2018 or 2019, we pulled this thing out of Greg's dad's backyard where it had been sitting for like 15 years, something like that, long time. Maybe 10 years, I think, in all general. I don't remember, but long story short, it hadn't ran in a long time, and it was really, really rough. It's rough now. It definitely is rough now. Well, and if you saw those videos, we kind of brought it back to life. We cleaned it all out. We pulled the interior apart. And then we started working on the engine, and we actually got it running from not running for a very long time. Well, we had a crushing discovery when that happened. And, well, we found out that during one of the freezes that we had, the engine had cracked, and I think it was like the 2020 freeze. It was somehow like that. But anyway, the valley was all cracked and stuff like that. Basically, all that work we did to it was in vain. We weren't able to get it back on the water, and that was our plan. So we decided we'd stop for there, and then we would go ahead and buy another engine, which we did buy. And there's a video about that as well. And put that engine in it and get it back on the road. Well, as you can see, we haven't done that. But there's a really, really good reason. And without getting into too much about it, our main goal was to try to get this thing back on the water to show Greg's dad that it was back on the water again. Well, what you guys don't know about that is Greg's dad had cancer. And while he was doing good at the time we got it running, shortly after we got it running, he went downhill pretty fast, and he wound up passing away that year, I believe. And so with him passing, our motivation for it also, it just kind of waned. And unfortunately, unfortunately, depends on how you look at it, this thing is kind of just, it's just gone into disrepair again, but not really because of anything other than age. The floor is soft back here, and we would have to do all the interior again. We still would have to replace the engine and the engine, and go through all of that and the bearings. And Greg has actually already pulled the lower unit out. But long story short, we're not going to work on this thing again. We hope to have a boat project in the future, but this guy is too far gone for us to really get into it. Plus, I think we're gonna let it go with Adam, basically, is where I'm getting at. So I think it's ran its course. It was awesome to have that experience and get it running again, and for him to see it running again. And we would have loved to have it back on the water, but I do believe the juice for this thing now is not worth the squeeze. So I think we're done with it. I'm hoping to find a way to get it out of here before too long, especially before we hit the rainy season here. And, well, that's the update on that. So if you guys have been wondering what's going on with the boat, there's the download of it all. Now, while I'm out here, this is what's known affectionately as shitbox, and I'll show you guys why we call it that. This is a 94 Dodge Dakota that we bought a while back. It's a factory V8 truck, automatic. There's the name of it right there. The top on it is from my Dakota when I did race week with it. And it's pretty filthy. And what it's become essentially has been a parts truck. So it's it is what it is. It has donated a lot of things for both Gramps and my Dakota, known as Nopar. And well, we got some plans for this. And I don't know when, but I'm hoping before summer we get the engine for this thing to the house. And the engine is a Dodge V10. So I still have the video when we pick that thing up. So I'm gonna put that out once we get closer to it. But once I get the suspension on Gramps, which I'm working on now, once we get that thing moved around, I'm going to shuffle some things around and get that inside. And we're going to start working on that. I think that's going to be my project for the rest of the year as far as something that I can dedicate to, because Nopar is good for now, and Gramps is going to get worked on too. So if you're new to the channel, why don't I just kind of go through everything real quick. I'm trying to make this a quick video with a little minimal editing because, like I said, I'm not going to be able to get to anything this week, and I have a limited amount of time to get stuff done. So, Gramps, 96 Dodge Dakota. Obviously, we have an affinity for Dodge Dakotas here. 4.8 liter Gen 4 engine. Also have two VS Racing turbos for it, and a 4L80E. So this is going to be a LS twin turbo Dodge Dakota. It's going to be a fun thing. It's not going to be like a race truck or anything. It's just going to be a tire fryer, have fun kind of a ordeal there. So I'm about to put the suspension and stuff all back on it. I've done this before on this Dakota here. So that's what we're working on. The Sonoma, we've got to do a couple things maintenance wise on it. We still need to identify if the balancer is moved, because we think it has. So I have a tool for that. And then getting all cleaned up, air conditioning and stuff like that fixed on it. It's good to go. The Dakota probably will get a nitrous kit here in the next couple months. That's the plan. So this is my Dakota. If you don't know what it is, it's an LS swap Dodge Dakota, 1992. It's a truck I drove in high school. I've had it for 20 something years now, 23 years, something like that. And I just got it back on the road. This is like version 2.0 with a 4L80E instead of a turbo 400. And it's kind of good to go right now. It's just not as fast as it was before, which is, it's not good, but I think nitrous is going to fix that. We have plans to bag the Bel Air. I don't know if that's happening this year or not. I'm hoping we get around to it. This is my 63 Bel Air, little 283. It's a good little running car, 4-speed. It's fun to drive. The Nova, it's kind of good as is, but we are going to be building a motor for it. So I'm trying to sell the Gen 1 LT1 that's in it. If you know anybody that's interested, send them my way. It still runs and drives right now, but I don't want to hurt this motor, so we're not doing a whole lot to it. And then we have the GMC, 93 GMC Typhoon that the last couple of videos you've seen Greg working on. Now, I'm planning on trying to dedicate more time to filming it while we both work on it, but we just had two projects at once going on, so I haven't been able to do that like I would. We do have a video coming pretty soon planned. We're going to take the cladding off of this thing, which I think will be really good for the sci-fi community, because there's not a lot of videos out there, or any videos out there, showing you guys how to remove the cladding. So we will probably remove this side of the cladding, except the arch is already removed, and show you guys how we do that. So I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, I just got a couple other small updates that I need to go over with you guys. So my apologies. Like I said, I'm just trying to make a quick video. I'm not trying to do a lot of editing today. I don't really have time for it. So my apologies for the video last weekend. It came out on Sunday. And going forward, I think that that's going to be somewhat of a realistic goal. I think I'm going to try to aim for Saturdays in the morning, 7 a.m., like I have for the most part. But I think there's going to be some times where that video is going to have to come out Sunday. And the reason for that is I have a day job, a 9-to-5 day job, and sometimes, at least once a month, I have to be on campus for that job, which, if you know Houston, My commute there and back is at least an hour and a half, if not more. So it's kind of an unrealistic thing for me to try to get something done during those weeks. So I usually fall behind. And that's what happened this time, and I wasn't able to get the video out till Saturday. But I'm realizing that I love this YouTube thing. It's been a blessing. I enjoy doing it, and it's fun. But it's kind of a monster. You have to keep things on schedules to keep people happy. You come off that schedules, you kind of start losing viewerships and things to that extent. It's an interesting thing to learn, but I'm getting a little older, and I need to focus on my health, both mental health and physical health. So I've been not in a good place as far as my physical health, and I'm not making time for it. And that's being detrimental to me. So I'm at the age now that I need to do something about it before it becomes a bigger problem later on down the road. Long story short, I work in the medical field. I used to be a respiratory therapist. I'm still licensed. And I've seen a lot of different things. And we got nurses all over my family. My mom's a nurse. My sister's a nurse. My sister-in-law's a nurse. And my wife's a nurse. So I've seen a lot of different things. And we all know it's kind of time to kind of focus on that. So going forward, I'm going to be making a lot more effort with that, with trying to make sure that I get that done before I worry about anything else. But with that said, I'm going to promise you guys I'm still doing something out here, and the videos are still going to come out. I just can't always promise it's going to be super, super regimented and scheduled. I've got to make time for this to help improve some of this other stuff. And the thing is, if I lose weight and I'm more mobile, I can do a whole lot more. And so that's part of the plan. Now, you guys probably haven't seen us go on a Dragon drive in a couple of years. And there's a reason for that. And if you don't know, I started a new job about a year and a half ago. And all the Dragon drives that I could go to in this year are all during periods of time where we have blackout dates for our work, which means I'm not able to take the stretch of time off that I would like to be able to go and do that. That will change next year. So the plan is to go on sick week next year if I get in. So that's the plan with the Dakota. So we're going to try to do all that. But anyways, I wanted to give you guys a little something. It's probably not going to be a very long video, and it's all me talking the whole time. But I do want to, again, thank you guys so much, because 5,000 subscribers is a huge deal. And like I said previously, like I played music even for a living during college. And my friends are awesome and everything, but I've never had the support on the amount that I have had before, like we do with the videos. It's obviously much more successful for me on that than it was playing music. But I am going to start playing music again. You see that? I edited it there. I'm not supposed to be doing that. Me and my buddy, whose name is also Ryan, we're going to start playing music again too. So I got a lot going on, but I'm going to keep this thing going as much as I can. So, when I do put out a video, I'm going to make sure I put all the effort that I usually put into them out. If you guys see me skip a week for some reason, it means I got a lot going on. And please be patient with me, and we'll catch up. I'll catch you up on everything that we can. But again, thank you guys all who have subscribed. I can't thank you guys enough. You make my day, seeing those numbers come through, seeing the comments, seeing people go to the Instagram and things to that extent. You got in Facebook and whatever. Even if people that buy the T-shirts, you guys are just completely awesome. Thank you guys so much. If you're new, I doubt you've made it through this far on this video, because this guy's just talking. But if you have, please consider subscribing. Like I said, we always got something going on, and I'm going to make sure that the videos don't lack. They may not come out as consistent as they have been for a while, but they're still going to be good quality videos. I actually got some stuff to work on my 2002 Z06 Corvette pretty soon. So that will be coming up pretty soon, probably one of the next videos that come out. But I do have a lot going on this week. I'm not going to be able to work on anything this week or over the weekend. So I know that this is kind of all you're going to get. So let me go take another delicious sip of my beer. But while I do that, don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Facebook at The Racer X Garage. Also, we got a hoodie and a couple t-shirts and a hat. So check that stuff out too. That's at The Racer X Garage. No, that's at racerxgarage.com. So go check that out. And I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. If you're watching this at 7 o'clock on Saturday, probably hold off until you have one of these. But if you're going to have a beer today, have one with me. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you next time. Until next time, you know the deal. Y'all be good.